I wanted to see what is going on with Kadena in this bear market. I haven't covered them in a little bit, looked into them. We are in an interesting place in the bear market where people are saying we've bottomed already. Who knows moving forward? But let's take a look at what's going on. So here's our listing here, KDA, coin market cap. We're at $2.24. I'm on the 3-month view because I kind of like to get a bigger idea. I mean, recently we've really pumped. It seems like we were kind of bottoming at about this $1.50 range down here, a little bit lower. The ultimate low was like 130 something here. But we've pumped in the last week, 2 weeks. Basically the last 2 weeks we've gone from 153 up to $2, and right now we are at $2. What's going on? $2.24. We're up 6.67% today. Kadena is a layer 1 proof of work, and with Ethereum switching over from its proof of stake to proof of work, basically Kadena and BTC are going to be the only two kind of mainstream proof of work blockchains, layer 1 blockchains. So let's look at what's going on here. I want to look at some analytics here. So here we are at anadec.com for Kadena statistics. I'm looking at 6 months here. Gives us an idea of what the on-chain analytics are looking like. These are our 20 chains here. This is our blocks. This is our hash rate. We do have some long-term slow growth in our hash rate. That can be bullish to see. Transactions here. We had this spike in transactions back in March, but we've kind of been steady in the 20 to 30,000 transactions per day. It's not massive. It's not enormous. It's not declining, which is good to see, but it's not growing immensely either. Total in the last 6 months here is 2 million transactions. This shows us our gas fees. This is our approximate US dollar gas fees. The gas fees for Kadena is extremely low, which is really great for users of the chain. It'll be good for developers, but we'll see if that is great for the holders of Kadena, if that actually provides value to the holders. There's this kind of balance between something like Ethereum that has extremely high gas fees right now, but it actually provides a lot of value to the holders because it shows that the chain is creating revenue and generating income. I want to look at the 2022 live roadmap. This is showing what has happened on Kadena, the chain web mainnet, 2.12, Pact 4.2 release, Chainweaver, Ledger development beta release. We're still not on Ledger yet, but that is what they're working towards. We had some exchange listings, OKEx listing, Binance exchange listing, OKCoin listing. So upcoming milestones, signing Kadena transactions with Ledger hardware wallet, with all of this that's happened in this crash, in this bear market, people losing their crypto, people getting hacked, people losing their stuff in these centralized lending platforms like Celsius and Voyager. I was part of Celsius. I can link my video. I lost quite a bit in Celsius. People definitely started moving a lot of crypto onto ledgers, and the ledger sales, I think, exploded. So I have, right now I'm storing my KDA on X Wallet. I had it in Zelcore, but I kind of didn't like how Zelcore didn't easily give you access to to your keys. So anyways, let's see what we got going here. Ecosystem, DEX launched on Kadena, CADEX still hasn't fully launched. Wrap native tokens, KBTC, KETH, USD. Marmalade, that's a NFT marketplace. They're still building, still working on that. US exchange listings here coming up. That would be great. I don't know why KDA isn't on Coinbase. It's a US-based project. Seems like they're very focused and aware of not being considered a security. And that's something where KDA could really separate itself if the SEC decides to go after a lot of these proof of stake blockchains as securities. Something like KDA wouldn't be in that group. So there's kind of a hedge there with KDA. You know, I'm very cautious with projects as small as KDA. But but if you bought some down in the $1.50, $1.40 range, $1.50 range when we hit down there during the bear market, you've already done really well, and that was a low risk place. I mean, right now we've had a quick jump up, so there is risk in buying there. But if you're a long-term believer in KDA, we're still way, way, way down from all-time highs. And if it can get back up to all-time highs, we'll see. That will be only known in the future. So one thing about Kadena that I'm a little bummed about is that we have 46 projects here in the ecosystem. This number has not changed in a while. In the last couple months, I've been checking it, still 46. So that is something that I'm not excited about. But there is this article here introducing Kadena's Eco's inaugural grand cohort. So Kadena did release a few months ago a $100 million grant program for developers, and they did finally say that they have partnered or are now working with 9 different teams here that they believe are legitimate projects, legitimate developers that are going to bring long-term growth to the ecosystem. So there is some stuff going on here. We have Lago Finance, provider of foundational DeFi infrastructure, bridge to Ethereum to facilitate liquidity inflow to Kadena, as well as Kadena native stablecoin. Kalind Finance, more DeFi. Zero Knowledge technology company focused on bringing horizontal scaling and on-chain privacy, 2 key blockchain infrastructure components. Here we have a DeFi NFT, Metaverse, Play. So these are different projects here, and that's good to see that there are projects that are being built on Kadena. I think that that's just a huge thing for these layer ones, is there needs to be an ecosystem. They need to be bringing in developers. I would love to see more developers building on Kadena and creating more use for the token, which would bring value to the holders. So that we'll see in time. But Kadena has a huge, has a really, it seems like, strong following. There's a lot of people very bullish on Kadena. It is one of those projects. There's a lot of upside to Kadena right now with how much it's come down, but there's also a lot of risk as well. The competition is so fierce in this space with Ethereum and Solana, and people are just so pumped on Ethereum right now. And with the merge coming, we'll see what's going to happen with that. But Ethereum has just taken so much market share in the layer 1 position, and things like Kadena, they just have a long way to go. There's a lot of competition, and it's going to be extremely difficult for them. But one thing that was cool that when I listened to Stuart Popejoy talk is that the founders locked up their KDA for 10 years, which is something that is, somewhat optimistic about. And we have so many shady characters, rug pulls. Do your own research for this place. Do not take my advice about investing in, I'm not a financial advisor, investing in cryptos, investing in KDA. We have to be very cautious. I've become extremely cautious, and I'm really now leaning towards the edge of feeling like, okay, most things in crypto are a scam until proven otherwise. So I'm not saying Kadena is a scam, but I'm just saying that we can't just necessarily trust websites. We can't necessarily just trust Twitters and people's AMAs and things like that. We just have to be always assessing risk with our investments in crypto and looking at the possibilities of going to zero and the upsides and, just things happening that are unforeseen. So things like Kadena, during the next bull run, there could be a lot of upside, a lot of profit to be made just because it's come down so much. But, it's still a low market cap project, and there's a long way to go. All right. Phew.